here, so has joined us here. We got Black Freak in the building. All right, so we're gonna pick up where we left off yesterday, right? And this morning chat. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not getting my hopes up, but check a look. We got moved up to the big leagues here with Take Profit Trader. It seems that Take Profit Trader has put some respect on your boy's name. So I got 5 accounts because we max allocated funding 5 accounts, right? You want to see that video? That video is right here on how we got max allocated funding on the blueprint. So if you guys don't have the blueprint, DM me the word ACE. You should get an automation that sends you my exact blueprint and my journal. Get the journal because the journal is key. But 5 accounts, it appears that they've, upped your boy to the pro account. It looks like we're, in the big leagues here, right? So, good morning, LJ. Hopefully you slept all right. Good morning, everybody. We are going to get into what we're looking for here on the charts here today. I just wanted to share that little dub with you guys. Again, not, I got to do some further inspection, but it's looking pretty good for us there. So, just goes to show that, these things that we're doing here on the markets, this meaning something, right? It's meaning something. All right, so let's get into the markets because I don't have a lot of time for you guys. I'm actually setting an alarm I have 30 minutes, right? Yesterday, I said I was going to be on for a certain time, and I just couldn't stop but give you guys the value. So let's break down real quick what we're looking for here today in the markets. Glad to see you guys join. You guys absolutely crushed our light goal yesterday, so I appreciate you guys who were here on yesterday's live. We're breaking down the markets here. We're going to be looking at what the trades of the day are going to likely be here on, and we're looking at the MNQ right here. That's the NAS 100 if you're looking at Forex. It is the MNQ if you're looking at futures, right? So what are we looking at here today? Well, price is still bullish, right? 4 hours has still been bullish. We was talking about how price would likely slow up. We had that larger time frame resistance that we covered yesterday. And be sure, if you guys aren't following, follow us, right? You want to make sure that you see this value. We're going to hop in on live every single day to break down exactly what we're looking for. We're 3-0 on the markets this week, and we've been cooking it up, on these lives. So what are we looking at? Let's go back and review what we talked about yesterday, right? So we're in this larger time frame bullish structure. We always want to start with our top-down analysis, but before we actually hop on the charts, the very first thing you want to do is you want to take a look and see if we got any news events for today, right? So in my blueprint here, what is the first thing that we want to do? We want to be trading the New York session, right? So I'm only trading 9:30 to 10:30 is a little exception here. We trade the full New York session, but we want to check my FX book for any news events for the session. We don't want to get caught off guard as some random news gets dropped. And look at this. In the next 30 seconds, we got some news that could potentially drive the markets, right? In 15 minutes, we have some high volume news. We got some juice. Goodness gracious. We got a little juice here today, right? We got a little juice. Now, I'm not expecting this to move the markets crazy. This is just saying and spotting for me that we have some volume that could be added to the markets, right? So if you want to take a look at this is my FX book. We're going to go ahead and check that off of the blueprint there. So we know we're going to be trading this session and we're going to be checking my FX book. Now let's go to it. What's the next step? The next step, it says check the 15-minute time frame, but it really should start with the daily. So I'm going to update this so that this blueprint is better for you guys, because we first want to start with the daily, see what our previous daily did. So our previous daily closed as a bullish daily candle. Now, what we want to do on this daily time frame is you want to identify what trend we're in, right? So we're currently in a bearish trend. Can somebody tell me why we're currently in a bearish trend? I see you guys with the likes, 1K likes already. I appreciate the follow. Faiz, Momin, Xavier, appreciate the follow. Adonis, appreciate the follow. So are we in a bearish trend or are we in a bullish trend? Somebody drop in the chat. 1, if we're bearish. 2, if we're bullish. What are we here on the daily time frame, based on the daily time frame, right? And I'm talking about the daily trend. Okay, Aeon, I hear you. It says lower lows, lower highs. LJ, I see the 1. Daily Buzzy, I see the 1. E-Man, see the 1. Okay, you guys are on it. You guys are picking up what I'm putting down here. So we are definitely bearish. It says, I can assure you, if you go bearish on trades tomorrow and the 6, you will lose a lot of money. Hey, we're not going short. We're market detectives, right? We're just taking the clues of what the markets is giving us, and we're going to, we're going to execute based off of that. So we're in the 1. If you said we were bearish, we are technically bearish on our daily time frame, right? Why? Because prices created lower lows and lower highs. What would be the area that would actually flip this daily time frame from being bearish to now being a technical larger time frame bullish structure, right? What would we need to see happen? What would we need to see happen, right? We need to see this high get broken. Now, what is the high, right? What is my key high? My key high is going to be the highest point, and let's just get rid of all of this so you guys can see all this noise. The key high is going to be the highest point that started for the break of our low. So if this is my high, or this is my low here, what was the highest point within this wave? And you might be able to see it a little bit easier here on our time frame like this, right? So we want to see what that highest point is. That highest point was right here. So if we go back to our chart, you can see that that's here. And what I want to do, right, that's where the candle closed, but I want to set it at the top of that wick, right? So that is going to be the area for me that if price breaks above that area, then we are confirmed daily bullish on our trend. Right. So as of right now, how do we treat the market structure that we're in? We're treating it as if it was a corrective structure, right? As if this is just the market saying, hey, we want to pull back to this area here, right? And what do we know about this area, right? We talked about how strong this area was and how we struggled, right? Price is like a magnet, right? And the larger your time frame, right? And the larger time frame that resistance is, right, the stronger that magnet is. So this is a very strong magnet right here at this 25,500 or 24,500, excuse me, right? So how do I know that? Well, you can see here price has just been rejecting off of this level. Every time it comes up to this level, it's like, oh nah, bro, you got it. We don't want no smoke with you. We don't want no more smoke with you. Let's get away from that 24,500. And that's what it's telling me right here, right here. Look at how March was. We just chopped right in this area. Price struggled, right? And then once we broke through that level, what did we try to do again? We came back to try to test it. 24,500 said, don't test me. Go back down, right? Get away from me. And so it pushed the markets down with a high impulsive move, right? That's why we've seen the markets push down with so much volume, because it was rejecting off of a strong magnet, right? It was repelling a very strong magnet, right? So what we got was we got this nice impulsive move to the downside, right? That is a nice impulsive move to the downside. So what we treat the current market structure that we're in as a corrective structure. Now, you guys know, if you've been following us here this week, you guys know that our quarterly candle just closed, our monthly candle just closed, right? So what do you anticipate for the beginning of the monthly? If our previous monthly closed as a bearish monthly, right? Let's take a look at it. We closed as a bearish monthly, and we did previous analysis to look at all of our previous first close bearish monthlies, right? First close bearish monthlies was giving us sweeps of those lows, right? This one right here swept the low. This one right here didn't sweep the low. So we could be a little biased. This one right here swept the low. We're anticipating, based off of the history in these previous monthly candles, that we could potentially, on that first corrective structure candle for the monthly time frame, we could potentially see a steeper low push in, right? And what do we know about this here? We coming up on a key area of interest in the market. So keep these things in mind, right? So the reaction around this 24,500 is going to be very, very crucial. We are already bullish, trend twin. We're pushing bullish, but I'm not saying that price is in fact going up, right? Nothing has yet indicated to me on the daily time frame that price is going up. On the lower time frame, absolutely, right? Our 4-hour time frame is clearly showing us that we created a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, and it broke that lower time frame area of interest high. First key indication. But you got to put some respect. I'm telling you, if you don't put some respect on the 24,500, the 24,500 is going to make you respect it, right? So we really have to be keen on how we react at that area. And we rejected off of a nice 23,000 whole number down here, right? So I'm not saying that price can't be bullish, right? This is not saying price can't be bullish, right? This is just saying that as of right now, I'm not confirmed that the trend on the daily time frame is bullish. Can we agree on that? The trend on the daily time frame, if you're telling me right now, right? You're telling me right now that this trend is not bearish right here, right? This wave that we're currently in has not been bearish, then I would just, I think you need to get your eyes checked out, truthfully, because I think we could see it here, right? We could see that this trend is bearish, and I don't want to go against the trend, right? I'm a trend rider. I'm a trend lover. Me and the trend, we look, riding the trend is like catching a wave, right? When you're surfing, you want the most perfect wave, right? And I'm trying to find the most perfect wave, and the most perfect waves that I found based on my system go in the direction of the trend. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm trading the daily time frame. No, I don't trade the daily time frame. I trade my lower time frame, right? We have to utilize the daily time frame though, because those strong magnets are at that daily time frame. So you need to understand where you're at on the bigger picture to understand where your lower time frame could actually go. right? That's why we start with the top-down analysis. That's why top-down analysis is so very important right there. He ride that thing. You feel me, my boy? We ride that thing. We ride that thing. No diddy. You know what I mean? I think we dump today or tomorrow. Hey, we'll see if that is trade evade vac is a lower high. Yep. I appreciate you guys. If you guys are getting some value out of this, drop those likes, spam the likes. Is anybody getting value out of this? Drop a one if you're getting some value. I need to see those ones in the chat. Are you guys? Am I making sense? Am I making sense? I want to make sure that I'm making sense. I see E-Man with the one, Rye with the one, Steez with the one, LJ, I see you with the one. Appreciate you guys. I see the ones in the chat. I'm making sense. Okay. This is making sense to you guys. You guys are picking up what I'm putting down. You guys are champions, right? You guys are champions. Is shot pre-market? Yeah. We have news though, right? Keep an eye. We have some news today that could really drive the markets here. I see the ones you guys are dropping in the chat. Hey, look, yesterday you guys did me a huge favor and you guys got me over 48,000 likes. This is just my 5th live on TikTok. You guys are absolutely crushing it for me. I'm not saying that we can hit that, today, but I'm saying that we had some like tappers in the stream, right? So I appreciate you guys. So what is it that I'm actually looking for here today in the markets, right? And if you guys aren't following me currently, be sure to drop a follow because you don't want this to be the last time you see me, right? We're going to hop on here every day, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, breaking down the markets and what we're looking for. And look, guys, we got a dub today. Take Profit Trader just upgraded us to the pro accounts here. They took us to the big leagues, right? They said, hey, look, we seen you've been getting these payouts, right? You've been taking consistent payouts. Let's go ahead and move you up. All 5 of my max allocated funding. If you want to see how I got max allocated funding, it's in my blueprint that I give you absolutely free, right? How did I get that max allocated funding? I recorded it live, right? I didn't fake the funk. It's on here live. Here, let me show that. It's on here live. So if you want this blueprint and you want my free trading journal, which is the pinnacle as to why I'm having the success that we're seeing on the charts, is because since 2022, I've documented my trades, right? I used to get in on false breakouts. I used to not wait for my entry, early candle entry, right? I used to be closing my ran to full TP, close that big E, trust the analysis. Oh my goodness. I didn't trust myself, right? But because I was journaling, I started to pick up on these little things that I was doing, right? And that's why it's so important that you journal your trades. If you're not journaling your trades, you are telling yourself that you don't want to become better. And you guys are here because you want to get better, right? You wouldn't be here if you didn't want to get better. You wouldn't be here, right? You wouldn't be here if you didn't want to get better. So make sure that if you want that, comment or DM me the word ACE, right? DM me the word ACE. What is ACE? What is ACE? I love this question right here. What is ACE? Nobody asked it, but I'm going to answer it regardless because I'm going to answer every single time. Why do I tell you guys to comment ACE? Why do I put right here ACE trade, ACE trade, ACE trade, ACE trade? What is an ACE trade? If I ace a trade, that is an acronym that stands for I anticipate it. Hold on. Let me get my stuff here. I anticipate it. So let me connect this. I wish my keyboard would not like disconnect all the time, but it can disconnect. Anticipate it. There we go. Anticipation. I can't spell today. And goodness gracious. Anticipation. I had to sound it out. So first thing that we need to do is we need to anticipate what the markets can do, right? And that's what we're here doing now on this pre-market prep. We're going to anticipate what the markets can do. Now, what is the next thing that we need to do to ace our trade? This is how we ace every single trade. And acing every trade doesn't mean that we're right every single trade. What acing a trade means is that we did everything that we could. We controlled all the controllables to give us the best potential chance at seeing success in the markets. What is the definition of success? The definition of success is when preparation meets opportunity, right? So we're preparing right now. That's why we're on this pre-market prep. When preparation meets opportunity, you expect us to take it. Hey, look, I can spell anticipation. I didn't need autocorrect. I just couldn't see it. I just couldn't see it. So confirmation, exactly. Sniper trades, we need that confirmation. So the next one is confirmation. Well, we have to wait for it, and this is where I can't reach my keyboard here. Hold on, let me scoot up, chat. I can't reach my keyboard. Confirmation. There we go. Boom. So confirmation. We need to be able to have the patience and the discipline to wait for confirmation. I didn't have that, right? False breakout. I was getting early. False breakout. Price failed to close, right? I was like, oh man, early entry, right? I didn't wait. I didn't have the patience and the discipline to wait for my confirmation, right? And then what was the final thing that we have to do? After we've done everything to give us the best possible chance at seeing success in the markets, we have to execute. You can't make money if you don't execute. What good is all the knowledge in the world if you don't actually use it? What good is it? Somebody tell me, what good is it, right? I see you sniper trades with the execution. E for execution. You guys are learning what ACE is. That is absolutely amazing. You guys are killing it. Hey, can we hit 10K likes? Can we hit 10K likes? I'm not putting it past you. You guys did 48,000 and we had half the viewers last night. And we did 48,000. For those of you who was there, you guys know. I appreciate the follow, Cat. I appreciate the follow, XAUUSD. I appreciate the follow, you know it's me. Hey, look, if you're not following me, go ahead and follow me now, right? Go ahead and just click the follow button. Doesn't take too much so that you guys can come back tomorrow. We're coming back every single day at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to give you guys the sauce of what exactly I'm looking for in the markets. And if you want to trade live with me, I trade live in the VIP. So right here, I give you guys the anticipation for free. Right? The confirmation, the execution, that happens in our VIP group. So all of our members are knowing exactly what our confirmation is and what we're executing on each and every day. We have members capitalizing. We're 3-0 this week. Absolutely banger trades. All of the trades that we took were from that anticipation that we did free here on the live. So if you're not on the lives, you won't know what it is that I'm looking for. And I want you guys to know exactly what I'm looking for so that you can be able to capitalize on it. If you've been on here for the past couple of days, you should have made money on this wave here. We made money on the wave down, which was actually in here, excuse me. We made money on this wave down 2 times. And then we also made money yesterday from this area down into this area in our VIP. Absolutely target to target, right? How do we know that, right? How do we know to take a sell off of this move here? Well, there were some key confirmations that we looked for, right? When price pushed up to this area, I know that based on my larger time frame on the 4-hour, right? This is that area that flips the market from being bearish on the 4-hour to now being bullish, right? We created a low, we created a high, we created a lower low. So I was like, hey, look, price is going to have to put some respect on that 23,580. I told the team, I said, hey, look, guys, if 23,580 is respected and we see a lower time frame shift, I'm going to look for sales back down to that 23,400. 23,400 yesterday was the area in the markets that we actually wanted price to hold to give us a move back down to the 23,000. And even though we didn't see that move back down to the 23,000s, we were still able to make money in the direction of our bias simply because we know these key levels, right? And how price would potentially move off of these levels. So what do we see off of that level? Well, price has shown some respect. It pushed down, pushed back up to that level, pushed back down. Once it closed below this level, I took those sales to that what target? 23,400. What did we see on that reaction of 23,400? We knew 23,400 was a strong level earlier on in the markets. Get out. We got out of 90% of our trade and look at the reaction that we had off of that 23,400. So it's not about being right on a bias. It's about being able to look and use those confirmations, right? And then to finally to execute, right? And look, the proof is in the pudding, right? Take Profit Trader just moved us up to the big leagues, right? 5 live accounts, right? Moved up to Pro Plus, right? And this is, I'm just telling you guys that what I'm telling you, it means something, right? It means something. So if you guys understand this, you guys will learn, right? Okay, so who's getting some value out of this? Drop an ace in the chat now if you got some value out of this. Ace, drop the aces in the chat. Facts, they just reset nah. Basically ICC. Nah, I don't trade ICC. I don't follow any traders, right? I don't follow any traders. I don't look after any traders or anything like that. I do my own thing here, right? I don't have to because I understand how to read. Okay, I see Just Jojo with the ace. I see LJ with the ace. I see Flex the man with the ace there. I see you guys. Anticipation is not good. Anticipation is solid. It's solid. Okay, so what do we see happen on our lower time frame? Let's actually take a look at what the wave we're in and what we're seeing happen in here. So on our 1-hour time frame, we are looking at price creating higher highs, right, and higher lows. We created a high, we created a low, we created a high, we created a low, we created a high, right? Can we all agree that price has been going up from this level? Can we all agree that price on this 1-hour time frame has been creating higher highs and higher lows, indicating that it's going up? 140 Trav, I see you with the ace. I see you guys. I appreciate the 11K likes. We have about 12 more minutes here that I'm going to be with you guys. So let's see if we can get to 20K, right? Let's see if we can get to 20K. Can we get there? What website? This is Trading View. Cat I see with the ace. Damn, arms finna make bank too, but I respect the. Yes, yes, yes. We had $1.75 trillion added into the stock market yesterday. That was the influx in volume that we seen. VIP, the link to my VIP is in my bio. You guys can join that there if you want to trade live with me here today. We will be live. We trade live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday in the VIP. So you guys, if you want to trade, or Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, excuse me, not Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We trade Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in the VIP, but we're here every day in the morning, and we've been hopping on at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to actually do a market review. We review the trades that we took in the day and the expected next couple of moves, right? So as of right now, we're creating higher highs and higher lows within this bullish market structure. So as of right now, everything is showing me that price is bullish. Now we are getting a little bit of a slow up in volume. Can we agree that this move here was much more explosive than what we're getting currently right in here, right? That initial reaction was much more explosive. This is not to say that price is flipping or anything like that, but it's just saying that, hey, candles are getting a little bit smaller here. Trend is going up. We're also creeping up on some larger time frame area that we could actually see, you know, some shake off of, right? And so keeping that in mind, right, we can continue to look for buys up, and that's going to be our bias, right? Today, as of right now, we're going to look for this continuation to buy. Because why? I'm not looking to go against all of this volume, right? Unless somebody say unless price shows me otherwise. What would be an indication that price will go down here for me on the 1 hour time frame? Well, we have a high get created, we have a low, we have a higher high, a higher low, a higher high. So if we break through this area right here on the 1 hour time frame, that flips our 1 hour structure from being bullish to now being bearish, and we could potentially see a move back down into some of those larger time frame key levels. So what could we see? We could see this 23. You guys know I like my whole numbers here, so let's go 23. Let's say 2380 or 23980, right? 23980 is that area that we broke through. So if we push down, I mean, we targeting these lows here and potentially a move, potentially again, keyword potentially back into the 23,580 down here, right? So, and why is that? Just because we know on the daily time frame, the overall structure on the daily time frame is still bearish trend. That doesn't mean the daily is bearish. That means the trend on the daily is bearish because we haven't had that larger time frame key area of interest broken. Who's your broker? I don't be looking at all of these things. I trade with prop firms. I don't recommend brokers because I haven't found a solid one, truthfully. One that you can trust and actually like, yeah, enough to promote. It takes the low. Yeah, exactly. It takes the low. So are you guys getting value out of this? Are you guys getting value? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? What are my targets going to be here for today, right? If we do see a nice continuation of the bullish move, we could look for, and this again, this is going to be a little shiesty, right? Because we're still in that, what I believe to be a corrective structure. So what I would just be targeting is if we get like, let's say a corrective structure down, right? Price breaks through. I obviously have to wait for my 930 open, right? So I really want to see how that 930 open is going to run. Let's say we get a nice high volume move to the upside here. If we get, let's say, a corrective structure to retest whatever our high is that's already in the markets, as of right now, it's 24,200. So solid hold number 24,200 is where we're going to look for a potential retest, being that we break, right? I want a price to confirm first, and waiting for that volume of the New York Open to actually confirm first what exactly I'm going to be looking for in terms of my direction, right? Because we could see just like what we saw on Monday, right? What did we see on Monday when we had our 930 open? Well, price was bullish up into our session time, right? We called this full corrective structure wave up, and we caught this full move to the downside on our pre-market prep on Sunday, right? And so that's how we were able to capitalize on the first move that we caught this week, and then the second move down to our key target, which was at that 23,100 solid hold number, right? So what were we looking for? We were looking for that move to the downside, and look at how much volume we got added to the markets on that 930 open. This is why we wait for that candle to really set our overall direction. As of right now, we're bullish, so we're anticipating that candle to be bullish and to give us a steeper move to the upside, right? We get that move. I want to see a corrective structure, and then for price to push back into whatever that targeted high is going to be. As of right now, we don't have what that target high is going to be because I don't have my area that we could target. Now, why am I not looking for price to go all the way back up to 24,500? 24,500 is a very strong level. I'm expecting a pretty decent reaction off of 24,500, right? 24,500 is just that level that on the daily time frame, if you guys have been here the whole time, that we've just been respecting, right? So I'm anticipating that any buy that I get is a part of a corrective structure until we flip the overall daily trend. And what do we know? The quarterly candle just closed as a super strong bearish quarterly candle, right? Let's just remove this. Let's remove all of this. The quarterly candle just closed super strong bear, right? We got a solid rejection, right? We got a solid rejection, but let's take a look at our previous quarterlies, right? Every first quarterly candle that closed bearish, the next quarter has broken that low. This quarter here broke the low, right? This quarter here broke the low. This quarter, I mean, based off of the history since 2019, right? Because this is only going to show me the data up to 2019. That's what we've seen, right? So we can anticipate within the next 3 months that maybe we make a continued move to the downside. That's why on our daily time frame, we're still confirmed bearish until we break through this high right here. That would actually flip our larger time frame structure. So what am I looking for in the markets? What are we starting to see? We're starting to see price, it's starting to almost look like it's going to try to top out here, right? We don't want to see it top out. Now we're going down to target 618. I use liquid brochures for live accounts. Yeah. Hey, if you guys are getting some value out of this, be sure to drop a follow. I see you guys smashing the 20,000 likes. We got 5 more minutes here that I'm going to be with you guys, and then we're going to be going live at 9:10 Eastern Standard Time in our VIP, waiting for that confirmation that we're looking for. So I appreciate all the follows. Alex, I see you with the follow. Booting, I see you with the follow. Praxis Quant, I see you with the follow. I see you guys. Gotta mute this guy. Sorry guys, we don't do any promotions. If anybody is in the chat and you guys see them, promoting something, I wouldn't trust it. I would not trust it. You got to do your own due diligence. I'm still newer to these TikTok lives, but just do your own due diligence. Do you ever let swing these overnight? I don't, because I trade futures and mainly futures prop firms. So you have to close all of your trades intraday. So, what do you think of Tradeify 3.0? I haven't taken a look at Tradeify 3.0, but I actually make content for Prop Firm Match, which is a site that you could actually go to, and it'll review all of the different prop firms. And if you go to their YouTube, you'll see this handsome face here. I'll break down all of them. And we got, I think every Saturday they drop a new video. So got some bangers on the way. I can't release the deets of what they got coming, but they got some dope things coming. So if you want, you can go there to check it out. What I think, what company is that? Prop Firm Match. It is just a prop firm review company where you can go through, you can see reviews from traders who actually got, and this is, I guess I do promote them. So, but you can check out whether you trade futures or you trade Forex, you can check out all the different prop firms and real reviews from traders who are actually gotten funded with these accounts. So you can't actually put in a review unless you've gotten funded, and they'll show you if the trader has gotten funded and if they've taken a payout, all in there. You can see all the details. You find all of the rules for the prop firms too, because a lot of these prop firms, most people, you guys just, you'll buy an account challenge and think that the rules that just says when on that purchasing page of the account challenge are the only rules. And then you're losing accounts because of rules that you didn't know of, but you had to go to the FAQ to actually find them. So a lot of firms have their rules, hidden, and you can't really find the rules. And I've blown plenty of accounts by rules just not knowing, or simply firms updating rules. Like, firms were really sketchy in 2023, around 2023. I've had $1.6 million in funding across 5 different firms. All of those Forex firms shut down. My Forex funds was the first one that I had. It was where I had my first funded account. I had withdrawn $5K in profits. I was just about to become their gold member trader, where you had that same day withdrawals. Oh my goodness. Back then, same day withdrawals wasn't a thing for real. So you had to be able to trade with them for 6 months consistently on an account in order to get that there. And so that's what I got. And then right before I got approved, they shut down with my 100K funded and all the profits that I made. But anyways, so we got about 2 more minutes, so I don't want to take up too much time. If you guys aren't following me, go ahead and drop a follow, right? You guys got me to 24,000 likes. I absolutely appreciate you. Anyone having trouble with Tradeivate today, definitely, keep an eye out for your Tradeivate and things like that. If you're having trouble logging in, then, definitely be on 10. Definitely be on 10. I see you down with the ace. I see you guys. So in terms of targets here today, we're just going to look for price to look at this reaction that we're getting, right? Look at the reaction that we're getting here. Price is giving us a nice little corrective structure to the downside, right? 30 minutes is showing us, hey, look, we're pushing to the downside here. If we break back above this, I'll be looking for my lower time frame to confirm that price is, we're on the 30-minute time frame. So I'll look for price in this area to confirm and retest for a continued long up, right? And in terms of targets, I'll take my first target at a 1 to 2 R. Like, that's my standard since I don't have a specific area, and we'll move stops to break even at a 1 to 1 R. That's how we execute. And if you want to know how I actually execute, you can get my full blueprint here, absolutely free, with the trading journal. Just DM me the word ACE, ACE, DM me the word ACE, and I will send it to you absolutely free. It has videos on how I actually utilize this step by step, and then how I actually got max allocated funding with Take Profit Trader a couple months back. And just today, they have moved us up with all of that max allocated funding to their Pro Plus account. How you get moved up to the Pro Plus account? Either you take out $10,000 in payouts, or they see you have consistent, repeatable payouts over an extended period of time. That is the only way that you get moved up to this Pro Plus. So what I'm telling you, what I'm spitting to you guys here, is getting actual results, and our members in our VIP are able to get those results with me. We're 3-0 this week, and our members are knowing each and every move. So if you guys want to trade with me, I got 2 more minutes. If you guys want to trade with me live, you can trade with me in our VIP. We're going to be going live at 9:10 Eastern Standard Time. If you want to join the VIP, the link is in my bio. And if you guys want to, come back here tomorrow or tonight, because we're going to come back tonight. I won't be here tomorrow, actually, because we'll be hopping on a flight tomorrow to Miami. So we'll be in the airport at the time that we'll be live here today. So you'll have to come back next week, but we will be here tonight. So drop a follow. You don't want this to be the last time that you see me. We're going to break down. I'm going to give you the A every single day, the anticipation of what I'm looking for in the markets each and every day. And if you want to trade with me live, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. My name is Kyron. You guys have been a great team. I'm glad that you guys have confirmed. I'm glad that you guys have spent this time here with me. I hope you guys got some value out of it. If you want the blueprint, again, send me the word ACE in my DM. I'll send you the blueprint. I'll send you my journal completely free. The journal, I can attest to literally documenting my trades, and then learning from them is how I've accomplished what I have, right? Simply from that. So I will see you guys later. Appreciate all of the follows, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow, or tonight. So you see all those people spamming my shit?
Yeah, you upped the price from 50 to 150?
No, I didn't up it.
That's what somebody in the comments said.
Oh, on my thing. Dang, I wish I would have seen it. Let me message him. I do need to update that though, because I knew that was a problem and I just neglected it. I dropped it. Dang, I wish I would have seen that.
What?
That response. I would have answered it.
Did you mean to?
Huh?
You meant to?
What?
Raise it?
No, I didn't raise it. My blueprint has my old link of when it was $150. I lowered it down the other day and didn't update the blueprints link, but the link in my bio says $50.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? So they're getting taken to That $150 link.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the blueprint, which I gotta update it. That was the problem. So everybody who's getting my blueprint was like, oh, he said it was $50. It's $150. Like, nah, I gotta change that shit. I gotta change that shit. Because it's not even an active link. It's archived on my page. So like if you go to my WAP, you can't find that link, but it still take you to that link if you go to it. Okay, so let me think. Oh, I didn't even. Do. This is supposed to be relevant, but I can't see the movement on the screen. Nope, it wasn't supposed to be frozen.